Good morning. We got the calves worked yesterday. We got them fed this morning. And there's the bulk of them are eating a little bit, which is good. Me talking has got them a little stirred up still. But what we'll probably end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and open this gate so they can get out into this little trap, and I'll leave them out here for a little bit, and I want them to drift out. I want them to eat until they're done and then just kind of start drifting around, and once they drift out on their own, that's what I want, and then I'll come put them back up here in a little bit. Well, so the gates have been open for a couple of hours and nobody's drifted out. So I'm going to just ease in here and see if I can. They're all laying around, which is fine, but I'd like for them to be laying out. I really wanted them to find the gate and drift out. So I'm going to see if I can't just kind of ease them that direction as quietly as possible. I know that that is possible. These are the guys that need to get out because they're not eating feed very well, but they'll eat that grass. Just gonna put a little pressure into this corner. I'm gonna back out. Pressure into this corner. And then I'm going to back out. And I'm going to change my pressure to right here. All we need is one to go out. Takes is one. There's my huckleberry right there. There's my huckleberry. Yeah, there she is. she goes. Come on, baby. She's standing right in the gate looking. See, that's why you want them to drift out. The fact that she's not going through that gate that's wide open tells you that their mind is not right yet. It's still a trap for them. Everything's a trap. So they gotta just ease out. See, she actually stepped out the gate and then stepped back in. So these are starting to turn and face me, so I'm going to see if I can ease them back around. Just come right in here, pressure right in here a little bit, and then come out. Pressure right in here a little bit. Probably grazing out the gate if I had to guess. I'm going to just kind of keep the pressure going right here. Just a little bit here. There we go. And we'll come out here. They're going now. They're starting, I think. Right up there. Literally standing out of the gate there. They'll keep drifting here. I'm just going to back way on off here. I think if I walk out of here now, they'll go ahead and drift on out. So I'm going to walk out in hopes it doesn't turn them back. I may get these going on up in there a little bit. I wasn't here now, they'd go on out. But see, they're all looking at me, so I'm going to try to turn them around a little bit here without just driving them. Got my little dinkers. Oop. Babies, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Come over and get these. They're still walking, so we're still good. They're starting to get it now. Back out of here. Okay, so that's not exactly how I wanted it to go. I wanted them to kind of volunteer to do it on their own. But that's all right. They're out. They're going out. And they're walking out. And so that's the main thing. You want at least they probably think it's their decision. So that's good. That's what we need, and we need them to get out of this pen. And we'll bring them back in here in a little bit. Okay, so we've taken them out in the smaller pasture several times throughout the last week. Left them out overnight last night for the first time, and they did fine. One of the keys to getting your calves, your fresh calves, to where they're not stressed, where something doesn't just booger them, a bunch of birds flying, a car driving by, somebody honking their horn, UPS coming. One of the key things to do is to run them through the chute. If you'll just open the chute up, open everything up and just put them through there, let them go straight through, don't stop them or anything, just let them go through. They get extreme pressure, but then they get to relieve it themselves. And so just that little bit, if you can just do that even once, if you can just do that, it does unbelievable things. And I've got to give credit to Don Nato, who worked with Bud for years up into the feedlot. She's the one that reminded us, that we need to teach them how to take pressure. I was having birds that were getting in, and those blackbirds that come through this time of year, and they would just fly and make that loud noise, and the cattle would freak out and tear the fence down. And she's the one that reminded us that we needed to teach them to take pressure. And so, the way you teach them to take pressure is by applying pressure and then releasing pressure. And so by running them through a chute and just leaving it open, they do that all by themselves. And it just works really well. Sometimes you may have to do it twice, but I've always just had to do it once. So I prefer to let them drift out of this pen, but I've got some people coming, and I need to kind of have them by the road before they come. And so I'm just going to see if I can't ease them out, and then I'll go ahead and drive them across the road once they go out. It's very good to get them out of the pen as quick as you can if you have to wean them in the pen. The ideal thing is to wean them across the fence from their mamas. But you got to have real good fence, and you got to have a situation where you have guys that are available to resort if you have some get back in. Because when we were doing that, we always had a handful that would get back in, which meant you had to bring the whole herd of cows back in if you wanted to sort them off. I don't know about this little dude. That's one of those little Coriani babies. Once again, I'd like for them to go down and explore and realize they need to go that way to kind of get out. But because I've got some people coming, I'm going to go ahead and ease them that way. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hip it. Come on, baby. Hip it. Come on, little babies. Come on, little babies. All these little dinkers like this were on cows that were older cows, and so I wanted to get them off to give them a chance to kind of get their condition back, and then we're going to have to sell them. I have a hard time selling an old cow that's just produced for years and all that kind of stuff, because when you take them to the sale, you know, I just don't like how they're treated. And so anyway, so we tend to baby them a little bit, which is probably not what we should be doing, but that's just how it is. A little dinker right there. Angle in at 45 and come back out to control the direction. If I have to put a little pressure, I'll just put a little pressure like this at the front. And I'll come back here and get some more. See, that tells you that their mind's still not quite right, because they're not willing to go through a gate. It's a trap. That's why if you can let them drift, they'll start getting over that gate thing. But up until now, every time they've gone through a gate, it's been a bad deal. So they're easing out now. Walk against the movement, it speeds it up. Walk with the movement, it slows it down. Against the movement, it speeds it up. Most cow people know that. They've just picked it up. That little baby's gonna have a rough time. We'll watch her. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They say we are out of here. Stop right there. That right there is the whole reason I'm trying to get this done before they get here. And wouldn't you know, as soon as they're in front of the gate, they show up. I was just talking about y'all. I'm getting this done before y'all get here. Give me just a second. You think they're ready to get out? How far did they walk in here and they drop their heads? Dropped them. That's why I say that they're used to eating grass. That way, if you can wean them across the fence from their mamas, they'll by far do the best. But we're just not set up to do it. And we know that from experience because we've tried it many times.